peace, and love. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Flowing with Fluid. We're going to get started in a seated position with our legs crossed in front of us. And just take this time to connect to our breath. Connect to the mind, connect to the body. And let's just take a moment to analyze our position. Sitting with a tall spine and just noticing how it feels to sit here, grounded in this space. And then call attention to how it feels to breathe. Without passing any judgment, just breathing. And starting to deepen those breaths, breathing in through the diaphragm. Today we're going to focus on our hips and our hamstrings, while also sending love to our spine and our neck and really our full body. We're setting that strong, solid foundation, giving love to our root. Let's go ahead and open up by just looking left and looking right, sending some love to our neck. Inhale as you look up. Exhale as you drop the chin to the chest. Continue to flow here at the pace of your own breath, matching one breath per movement. And go ahead and bring your head to the center. We're going to draw those circles with our nose. We can start small and allow those circles to get bigger gradually. Go ahead and rotate in the opposite direction. We're going to find our way to center. We're going to inhale those arms up wide. Exhale, bring the palms to touch. Exhale, namaste. 2 more rounds of these breaths. Inhale. Exhale to heart center. Really release with the exhale. Inhale. And a full loud exhale through the mouth. Releasing all excess energy. Inhale those arms up wide. And as you exhale, we're just going to twist over to the right side. So bringing that right hand down, bringing that left hand down to the right knee. Twisting first through the belly and allowing the chest and neck to follow. Coming right back to center. Exhale, opposite side. Inhale back to center. Exhale, namaste. We're gonna come onto our hands and knees. So from here, we want to make sure that our wrists are directly underneath our shoulders, knees are directly underneath our hips. We're gonna go into our cat-cow. Inhaling as we arch the back, lifting the head up. Exhaling as we round the back, dropping the head down. And continuing to flow here at the pace of our own breath. Again, matching one breath per movement. Inhale as we open that chest and open the belly, lifting the head up, arching the back. And exhaling as we close out the body, rounding out the back and dropping the head down. And we can find a neutral spine. We're gonna straighten out our right leg and we're just gonna rock on that foot. So sending this movement both in the shoulders and in our calf muscles. So as we lean back, we're stretching out our calves. And as we lean forward, we are still kind of stretching our calf, but we're also spreading the toes. So we'll lean back, stretching the calf, forward, stretching the toes. And continue to rock here. Continuing to rock here, back and forth. Stretch the calf, stretch the toes. Stretch the calf, stretch the toes. And we're also strengthening through the shoulders here as well. Making sure that we're not sinking. We're having a strong base here. Go ahead and lift the foot, ankle circles. Go ahead and go in the opposite direction. We're going to move into hip circles. So bring that knee back up and around. Go ahead and go in the opposite direction. Go ahead and straighten that leg. And when we're doing this, we're kind of creating another cat-cow type of movement. So we're going to arch the back, lifting the foot up. And as we exhale, bring the chin to our chest and basically the knee to our forehead. Couple of these, extend the leg back, bring it back to your chest. Two more. Last one. Go ahead and extend it again, and then this time when you bring it forward, you're going to bring it forward in between your two hands. Go ahead and extend the back leg. It's going to slide back. We want about a 90-degree angle here. If this stretch right here is good for you, you can stay here. You can also choose to come up onto placing your hand onto your thigh or placing your hands up towards the sky. We should feel this on the inside of our hip. That hip flexor is extending. Find whichever position is most comfortable for you. Pausing here for a few breaths. Really feeling that stretch, sinking in as deeply as you can. Go ahead and place those hands back down to the mat. Set that front leg back. And we're gonna come into our down dog. So curl the toes under, lift the hips up and back. And to check our alignment, you can always come into a plank and then press the hips up and back. That's how you make sure you're in the perfect alignment for your specific body. From here, we can pedal the toes a little bit, sending that stretch out to one leg at a time by bending one knee at a time. And continue to flow here as you want. You also have the option of staying in child's pose if you do not, if this is not comfortable for you. Again, with yoga, we're making sure that we are unifying our mind, our breath, our body. So really tuning in to how this feels and what our body needs. Go ahead and straighten both legs. Press into the palms to send the chest closer to the thighs. Go ahead and come into your plank. If you need to, you can place the knees down. Otherwise, full yogi push-up. Slowly dropping the body down to the mat. From here, we're going to start with the baby cobra. So just gently lift the chest up using your back muscles. Your hands are simply here for support. They shouldn't have to be there in order for you to stay up. Go ahead and exhale back down to the mat. Keep the knees on the mat as we press up back into that tabletop position. Go ahead and realign your hands and your knees. And again, we're going to do the same thing, opposite side. So go ahead and bring that left leg back. Press into the heels as you lean back. As you lean forward, spread the toes. Continue rocking here. All right, go ahead and straighten out that leg. Do those ankle circles. Go ahead and go in the opposite direction. And now same thing, opposite side. So bring that knee into your bend at the knee and do your hip circles. Go ahead and go in the opposite direction. And again, we are going to extend that leg out, kind of doing like a cat-cow here, a mini cat-cow. Arching the back, lifting the head up. And then exhaling, squeezing, bringing that knee to the chest, knee to forehead. We're going to do this about 5 times. Last one. And then we're going to go ahead and bring the knee in between the hands. If you need to use another hand to help bring that knee forward, feel free to do that. Slide that back knee back a little bit. Find a comfortable position. We can stay here if this stretch is good. If we want a little bit more, we can come up onto placing our hands on our thigh. Or again, placing our hands up to the sky. Feeling that stretch on the inside of our hip flexor here. Just breathe in here for a moment. Go ahead and place those hands back down to the mat if you're not there already. Slide that front forward back. Come up again into your plank. Press the glutes and your hips up and back. Down dog. You can pedal the feet here again if you would like, or just feel that stretch in your hamstrings. From here, we're going to go into pigeon. So go ahead and straighten out one leg. Straighten out that right leg. You can bend it, open up the hip here a little bit. And then we're going to send that knee, right knee to the right hand, but the right foot to the left hand. And slide that back leg back to come down. And really feel that stretch all the way down here. So here, let me show you this angle. So you're bringing your right knee to the right side and then the right foot towards the left side. So creating this angle here with the leg and really feeling that stretch on the top of the glute. And we can stay up here and fidget a little bit. You can also come down to your elbows. Really just find that comfortable position for you where you can really feel that stretch in a good way. In a way that feels healing to the body. Go ahead and come up. Go ahead and press the palms firmly to go ahead and shift and lift that hip off of the mat. To come back into tabletop position, we're going to come right back into that down dog. So exhale to plank and then to down dog. Rest here for a moment and then we're just going to press that left leg to the sky. Bend that knee, opening up the hip. And then send that knee down, just like we did the opposite side. So left knee to left hand and left foot to the right hand. Slide that back leg back to really open up that hip and also feel that stretch on the top of the glute. We're going all the way down to the hang. Again, find your position. You can stay up here, kind of fidget, kind of rock a little bit. Or come down onto your elbows and rock a little bit until you really can sink into a comfortable place. Go ahead and inhale, bringing those palms back down to the mat. Press into the palm to lift up from that hip. Slide that front leg back, coming back into your tabletop position, just so that we can set up for frog. So what we're gonna do is really extend the knees out wide. So the knees are gonna go wide. However, we're gonna keep our toes together. So our toes together, knees wide. And then we're going to come down onto our elbows. So find your comfortable position here. You might want to lean back a little bit more to feel this in your hips. Or you might want to lean forward. You can even explore not having the feet together and having the feet out a little bit wider. So figure out what stretch you are looking for right now in this moment. And play around with it a little bit. We're going to stay here for about 5 breaths. Remembering not to sink the chest, but to keep a strong upper body as we allow the lower body, the hips, to open. Sinking into the hips, but keeping our back and our shoulders strong. Two more breaths. And on your next exhale, you can go ahead and kind of bring those knees back into center. Bring the knees to touch and then allow the glutes to rest. So our knees are together and we're just resting onto our knees here. We can come into Sphinx where our elbows are right in front of our knees and the head is straight. Or we can choose to come down doing more of a closed child's pose. Now feel free to adjust the knees as you want. If you want a little bit more space in between the thighs, open up the knees a little bit. We're going to press into our palms to lift the chest up. Walk the hands over to one side to stretch out that side body and then just rest here. Now on your next exhale, we're going to lift onto the fingertips again. Walk the hands back to center. Walk to the opposite side and rest here. If you're on a hard surface or you have a thin mat, you can always curl the mat under, creating a little bit more cushion for your knees. As we rest here for a few moments. Go ahead and press into the palms, lifting the chest up. And again, we're going to walk. One second. We're going to walk our hands to the center and rest in child's pose for a moment. All right, and we can lift the chest up, walk our hands back towards our body. We're just going to come into a laying position. So this is our final relaxation. So go ahead and come onto your back, however you want to get there. Bring those knees up to the chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. Rock side to side. Give your back a nice massage here. If there's anything that you would like to do before we go into our final relaxation, go ahead and take that time now. And whenever you're ready, make your way into a comfortable position for our final relaxation. Laying flat on your back, or maybe you want to meet me in a seated position. Figuring out what you want in this moment, because this practice is about you. Remembering that the past and the future do not exist in this moment. All that exists, all that matters, is right here and right now. So we send love to our body as we do a full body scan, checking in with ourselves and checking in with how we feel from head to toe. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavad Hitamastu Mavi Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. and call your attention back into the space. Start to wiggle your fingertips, wiggle your toes. Whenever you're ready, roll over to your right side, using your arm as a pillow, bending at the knees, coming into like a fetal position. Take your time getting up. Just want to thank you for practicing with me today. Hope you got exactly what you needed. Until next time, thank you for flowing with fluid. Namaste.